Miss Ursula, this is the local leader of the Social Democrat Party from Romania, Europe, NATO. He was accused of politicizing all the institutions local. He made signs of poisoning of racial community. Indirectly, with his fingertip pointing to a politician called Ilieș Cristina, but he was actually suggesting something else, assassination, political assassination about my mother. Not for her. She had no even Facebook account and any kind of strong political opinion. Special. She hold very simple, basic political opinions like the simple people used to express. If now it is better than before. Very basic, not specialized theoretical opinions, ideological opinions. This man is a former waiter. He was born in a commune with 4,000 people. That is Ridley Scott in his Prometheus with this sign, and himself, and this Mircea Govor used this sign to suggest treason and sabotage in 2025 in elections in the context of the last presidential election from Romania, when they express ideas, projects of leaving EU and NATO and getting closer to Asia and to Putin, to Russia. His name actually could be of Russian origin, Govor, means speaker. I'm not sure if Slavic, if it has Slavic or even Russian, especially Russian origin, means speaker. So, actually, I found who are the relatives in Satu Mare, the distant, not close family relatives, the name relatives and blood relatives, and not only in Satu Mare and Romania, even in all the countries around Romania, in Albania, in Serbia, in Bosnia, in Bulgaria, and Ukraine. And I know how they look, even up to Egypt. And she wasn't betraying. Actually, he was suggesting, my mother, you have white cheeks, Miss Ursula. He was suggesting, like the stupid, like a peasant, like the peasants. My mother is of Asian, Mongolian or Asian origin, blood. And he was suggesting, because of my post, she let me post on Facebook, and I am a professor of 51, 52 years old, years age. And these suggestions are stupid. How could you tolerate such treason? Actually, he was betraying you. You, Mr. Rutte, you, Miss Ursula, you, Miss Kaja. He was betraying the regime, the constitutional, the democratic regime of the country, which forbids the death penalty. That is death penalty in criminals, killers, not in innocent mothers. After 40 years of hard work, basic accountancy, who cannot enjoy, because of my gerontological projects and dreams, who cannot enjoy even retirement. They were killed in the state of being full of life, being employed to almost 10 small companies from the Oaș country, a region of Satu Mare County. Traditional region, old region called country, but actually is a part of a county. So many places from Transylvania, county places, are called countries, but they are not really countries. So actually he was betraying you. This man was asking the poisonings, knew who is the poisoned. I have an aunt, the wife of the brother of my mother from Satu Mare, who was born in Supur. Their family could very probably know each other, because Commune is a small commune with 4,000 people. She had relatives in the regime of Ceausescu in securitate, secret communist services. She had relatives, a brother in police. She had a relative in gendarmerie. This man was actually accused of countless journalists and by press and by liberals, by opposition, of politicizing the press, the institution, trying to politicize police, the heads of police, the inspectors, the leaders of the institutions, to undermine the rule of law, the fundamental democratic principles, nature of the European Union, identity, to undermine the separation of powers, to hunt the political opposition, and the safety of opposition and the opposition are essential features, conditions, core values, fundamental principles of the European Union. How can you tolerate such a... He was betraying you, he was betraying the regime of the country, the constitution of the country, the fundamental law. He was betraying Mark Rutte, NATO. You have two white cheeks, and I showed you in the past. I have not time and power to show you how the relatives of my mother look. The distant and the close relatives of my mother look. The very distant or very close from the county Satu Mare or from the countries around Romania. How they look. They married even with Muslims. With Muslims, with Gypsies, with Russians, with all kind of, with Germans, all kind of ethnicities and races, according to their preferences and condition, economical condition and health. How they look. The very distant and the very close relatives of my family. So you are Mongolian and you betrayed your race in election. You should vote Putin. You should die. I know who is the poisoned, who is the poisoner, who is the poisoned, what are the show trial kind of reason, false reasons, irrelevant reasons, exaggerated, irrelevant. I know why the poison is poisoned, how it is. I know probably what poisons, nitrites, nitrosamines it uses probably. I know who is the poisoned. I know why it is poisoned. I know who poisons. I know with what means, for whom the poisoning works. The aim of the poisoning. The reason of the poisoning. So he was betraying you. Don't you see, don't you understand what kind of honor, pride you have and power you have to see such assassinations? How will you filter from TikTok and from Netflix Ridley and his team of terrorist influencers, Nazdej, Zorin Ozer, Ayat Fajar, who sing poisoning and terrorist influence by movies, by music on Netflix, on TikTok, on YouTube? How will you filter the extremist Shoshaka from the European Parliament and all the extremist and communist parties who do not respect the fundamentals, democracy fundamentally, who do not suppose what you suppose that they ever voted the constitutions of the country, the fundamental principles of the country, who are actually extremist and communist, and who do not respect the fundamentals, who should not have place there? How will you judge those who committed assassinations, who are terrorists?